Day 4 of our cruise, Tuesday, August 9th, 2016. Forecasted temperature is 54 degrees. Tonight's dinner attire in the Reflections dining room is casual. At 7:45 p.m. in the Tropical Theater, there is a featured singers showcase starring Royal Caribbean singers Laura Doucier and Luke Yellen. Then at 10:15 p.m. in the Tropical Theater, there is a late-night game show called Love and Marriage, where the cruise director and activities manager put audience members through a true matrimonial challenge. At 5 p.m., there is a seminar on how to lose 1 to 8 inches in 50 minutes in the Vitality Day Spa on Deck 11. At 7 p.m., the movie Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice is playing in the cinema on Deck 6. At 10 p.m., there is a salsa dance class in the Safari Club on Deck 6, followed by a Latin Fiesta dance party with DJ Victor at 10:30 p.m., as well as other activities and entertainment at various locations on board the ship throughout the day and evening. After a rough night out at sea in high winds and huge waves, we made it to the port of Bergen, the second largest city in Norway, with a population of 420,000 in the entire metropolitan area. This day was the worst weather that we had for the entire trip, with rain, wind, and cold hampering our ability to walk around town to see the sights. The place where we were supposed to dock was taken by another cruise ship that couldn't leave port last night due to the bad weather, so we had to dock further away from where all of the places we wanted to visit were located. After leaving the ship, we had to take a bus through a warehouse district and then walk about a half mile to get to where we wanted to go. We had no excursions scheduled for this day. Instead, we went off on our own to explore the town. I had planned on a number of places to visit, but with the longer walk, cold, rain, and wind, we only got to about half of what we had planned to do. After a couple of hours out in the bad weather, we decided to head back to the ship. Bergen was the home of Norway's most famous composer, Edvard Grieg, who was born on June 15, 1843, and died on September 4, 1907. He is widely considered one of the leading Romantic-era composers, and his music is part of the standard classical repertoire worldwide. His use and development of Norwegian folk music in his own compositions put the music of Norway in the international spectrum, as well as helping to develop a national identity. He considered his music an expression of both the beauty of Norwegian rural life and the culture of Europe as a whole. The Edvard Grieg Museum is located in Bergen, where he and his wife Nina lived from April of 1885 until his death in 1907. One of the things we did get to do in Bergen was take the funicular railway up to the top of one of the hills overlooking the city. When fun is in its name, how can you go wrong? The viewing summit is at an elevation of a little over 1,000 feet above sea level, with spectacular views of the city and surrounding mountains. There is a restaurant and cafe at the top, a gift shop, as well as access to walking trails on the mountain of Fløyen. Bergen traces its roots back to 1070, when it was built on the site of an old market. Shortly thereafter, the city established itself as a Hanseatic center for trade, with a lucrative fishing monopoly. The Hanseatic League was a commercial and defensive confederation of merchant guilds and their market towns located throughout Europe. In Bergen, it was made up of German merchants who traded with Norwegian fishermen, supplying fish to other parts of Europe. A row of timber houses next to the harbor, where Hanseatic merchants conducted their business, is now a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. Local Norwegians continue to this day trading their much sought-after cod. An open-air fish market is nearby where you can buy fresh fish caught daily, but it was closed on this day due to the bad weather. There were also all kinds of manhole covers in the streets and sidewalks where Sue became obsessed with taking pictures. She even managed to run into another tourist who likewise was obsessed with taking manhole cover pictures. Sue started doing this during our first trip to Europe in 2012. Okay, so I guess if the weather is too bad to see stuff, you can always just walk around and take pictures of the manhole covers.